Zoom, a 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 zoom.
Howdy y'all, this is Rational Outlaw, and today I have a video with the Critical Cracker. Say hi, Cracker.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on, Outlaw. Let's go ahead and dive into this dumpster fire of a video, shall we?
Anyways, today's video will be on Greg and Mitch and their video called Why You Shouldn't Have Kids. Now, let's get on with the video.
It's no one's place to tell you whether or not you should have a kid or not, but
You're gonna tell us why not to have kids, right? Right. It's one of those videos. Why do you hate me, Outlaw?
But a lot of people seem to act as though you'll be completely unfulfilled unless you have children.
So if, like us, your family and friends are always pestering about when you're gonna have a kid, and you're like, better not, here's some scientific evidence as to why you probably shouldn't have a kid.
Perhaps your relationship is in a rut and you think that kids might bring you closer together. Statistically, it will absolutely not. Research shows that marital satisfaction plummets after your first child, and 70% of couples experience a big slump in their love life. This is often due to clashing ideas of how to raise your child, along with sleeplessness.
Aren't you kind of pointing out the obvious?
So yes, your kids will ruin your sleep. So in the first 2 years of your baby's life, survey data has found that you will lose 6 months of sleep, and you will only receive about 2.5 hours of continuous sleep each night.
Of course you're gonna have to sacrifice certain things. You're raising a child, a human being. Maybe you should change the video's name to reasons why you don't want to have kids? I don't know. Just saying.
Little sleep can lead to a myriad of health problems, such as slower reflexes, increased mental health issues, weakened immune system, heart disease, premature death, or the large life complication of being grumpy as
Dude, you're pointing out the obvious. We've known this for quite a long time, so how is this science again? That's not a very good excuse to not have children, because quite frankly the biggest problem in the United States and in, I believe, some other Western countries is obesity, not children. Oh, and just to give you an idea of the bad things that come with obesity, here's a list of some things. Increased rate of heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, some cancers, gallbladder disease, and gallstones, breathing problems such as sleep apnea and asthma. Oh, and don't forget there's osteoarthritis and gout. And that doesn't even touch all of the negative things about obesity. So please, tell me and others how it is so awful to have children.
It'll also cut into your wallet. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you're a woman with a child, you make 3% less than a woman that is childless. However, this is not true of men, who make an additional 15% if they have kids compared to those without. It has nothing to do with how hard you work, how many hours you work, or the job you have, but the double standard idea that men are breadwinners and women are caregivers.
Actually, it has everything to do with hours worked, how hard you work, and what job you have. The wage gap has been debunked so many times, the horse is deader than dead. It is a zombie at this point. So don't pull that bullshit on me.
Employers see fathers as committed and stable, whereas they see mothers as flaky and distractible. A study at Cornell found that when identical resumes were sent out, except one line was changed to show that they were members of the Parent-Teacher Association, women got half the amount of calls, while men actually received more calls. So maybe as far as securing a job and a good income is concerned, you should be a dad, just not a mother.
Again, having children as a dad does nothing for your income. You don't suddenly magically make more money because you now have a kid. That's not how it works. Now, as much as I dislike people going off of stereotypes for hiring, it might have to do with the fact that maybe 42% of mothers with some work experience reported in 2013 that they had reduced their work hours in order to care for a child or other family member at some point in their career, while only 28% of fathers said the same. And there's also the fact that 39% of mothers said that they had taken a significant amount of time from work in order to help care for a family member while only 24% of men. And there's also 27% of women who quit their jobs to take care of a family member, while only 10% of men did that. So yeah, maybe it has something to do with that?
Another more obvious one is that kids are expensive.
Really? Is that the best you got? You're stating the oh so obvious.
And if you're still not convinced,
I'm not convinced.
we can look at things from the macro level. There are currently about 7.5 billion people
Tonight at 11, kids cost money and can stress you the hell out. More at 11.
available. The Earth can only really hold 9 to 10 billion people. So a smaller family, or no kids at all, can help the threats of overpopulation, such as mass starvations. Think about it from your carbon footprint. One kid in America is the equivalent of 106 kids in Haiti when it comes to how much carbon dioxide is produced in their life. So if you're trying to go green, you could go vegan, you could ditch your car, you could stop flying everywhere, or you could just not have a kid.
I'm done with this video. That's it. The stupidity has reached maximum levels.
No, sir. Nope. Nope. We're already dead inside.
Kid.
You know, I think Lauren Southern put it best. So, why don't I share a clip from her video?
You know what? That's a really good point. You can also reduce your carbon footprint if you just stopped eating, and if you stopped exhaling all of that CO2 gas. In fact, the environment would be much better off if we all just killed ourselves. Go green!
And just to add on Lauren Southern's point I just showed you there, you don't really want people in the West to have even less children because, well, whites in the West, they're dropping quite drastically in certain countries, while in developing countries, they're having tons and tons and tons of kids. So if there's anyone we should be telling to have fewer kids, it might be the people in developing countries. Just a thought.
But kids bring so much joy into our lives, right? Well, sometimes research does show that if you wanted to have kids and have them, your life satisfaction can increase, but no more than people who are childless by their own choice.
I think I'll let Lauren explain this to you as well.
The study they're referencing here sampled 1.8 million Americans with and without children, with statistical controls for background factors such as wealth, education, and health. The study found that the presence of a child has a small negative association with life evaluation, but once again, correlation does not equal causation, and we cannot infer from this that having children in your life causes lower life satisfaction. It might be the other way around, that people with lower overall life satisfaction are more likely to have children, possibly in hopes of increasing their life satisfaction. Or it may be even more complicated than all of that.
So in other words, just because A happens before B doesn't necessarily mean that A caused B. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. If you somehow haven't subscribed to Lauren Southern, I suggest you do because she has some amazing content on her channel. Go check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Critical Cracker. Thanks, Cracker, for helping me with this collaboration.
No problem, Outlaw. But next time, let's choose a video that's not so stroke-inducing. If any of y'all want to hit me up on the social media sites, they're all in the description. Thanks again, Outlaw. I'll see you later.
And last but certainly not least, if you haven't liked this video, please give it a like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you thought. Support me on Patreon and follow me on all my other social media. And I'll see y'all later.
We bop and hippity hop. I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works run, 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 run. We bop and hippity hop. I'll never be a million.